Hi, I'm Aaron Scheibel with Southeast Labs. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm Kelly, and I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm good. So the reason I'm here is that we recently launched a line of locally captured wild yeasts to the market. People have loved the flavor of these beers, and I thought it might be of interest to your brewery. Can we take some time to talk about your brewing process?
If you're trying to sell it, we aren't looking to use new yeast in anything right now.
I understand how you feel. Using new yeast can be a large risk. But I've talked to a few other breweries that felt the same way, and once they tasted what this yeast can do, they loved it.
Well, all right. I have a few minutes.
So, great. So, could you explain how you go about designing a new beer?
It depends on how I came up with it. If I imagine a full recipe, I start from that. Otherwise, I will check a few recipes for the style before trying to play with the numbers.
Okay. So, who else is involved in the process?
I usually design by myself. After I've made a pilot batch, we have a tasting to see what everybody thinks and decide whether to go back to tweak it. Once that is done, my stocker orders what the recipe calls for.
Sounds like a fun job. So, who comes to the tastings?
Everybody at the brewery. We usually only have them every couple of months since we still are too small to make lots of new products.
Great. So, do you use any special ingredients to add flavor?
We usually don't add many adjuncts. We try to stay on the Germans' good side.
Understandable. So, what feedback have you been getting from your customers?
They love the beer. Some have requested Belgian-style ale.
What do they say?
That our lineup is a little stale and could do with some more flavor.
How does that affect your sales?
I guess they aren't buying as much as they would otherwise.
What impact does that have on your bottom line?
I suppose it makes us lose revenue.
So, what's keeping you from making a Belgian ale?
I've been working on a triple, but I can't get the flavor where I want it.
Could you explain a little bit more about the flavor you're shooting for?
Well, it's the typical bread, fruit, and spice of a high-gravity Belgian. The grain build is pretty solid, but I haven't found the right yeast for it yet.
What are the consequences of that?
Well, I'm not able to make the beer I want it to be.
Alright, so I think I understand. Your customers want a Belgian, but you just can't find the yeast to make it taste right. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Have you had any other difficulties with your yeast?
Well, yes. Our sponsor recently missed a shipment. It caused us to have to move the whole production schedule back.
What was the result of that?
Well, our wort went bad while waiting, and we lost a 60-barrel batch.
Ouch, that sounds expensive. How did that affect you?
It was worth about $20,000.
Is that something you would want to keep from happening again?
Yes.
So you want a yeast that will give you the flavor you want so you can offer your customers the Belgian that they want. Does that sound right?
Yes, that would be great.
And you want to make sure that the yeast is delivered when you expect it with no exception, correct?
Absolutely. We can't afford to have another hit like that.
Do you have any other needs?
No, I think that's everything, as long as it attenuates like other yeasts.
I understand that you're concerned with the abilities of this yeast. Rest assured that it has been tested in large-scale breweries and it's been working great. So which one would you say is more important to you, consistent delivery or the flavor?
Definitely the delivery. It doesn't matter how good our beer is if we're out of business.
What do you expect from your delivery?
We have our brews planned a month in advance, so we know what day we need to pitch yeast. I need the yeast to be there on that day every time.
Would that keep your production from being disturbed?
Yes.
So if I can offer a yeast that will solve these issues, do you see any reason not to do business together?
No.
Great, I think I have that solution. We are located close to your brewery, so we can deliver directly there with no delays. Our yeast was captured from local fruit trees, and which makes it completely unique within the industry. With the current push to eat local, I think advertising that your beer was made with local yeast could be a very successful campaign. And with the direct delivery, there will be no lost time in production, which should keep you from losing any more batches. And just as you plan out your brews ahead of time, we plan our production schedule to match with our customers. That will give you what you need when you need it. Does that sound good?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
So, don't you agree that by using Southeast Labs, you can eliminate production delays, open an alternative marketing campaign, and produce the Belgian that both you and your customers want?
Yes.
Do you see any reason not to open a brewery account today?
No, let's do it.
Fantastic. Now, here are some samples for you to start experimenting with. I'll be back in a month to see how you're doing. Once you have found a recipe that you're satisfied with and are ready to start producing, we'll discuss and match up our production schedules.
Great, thanks.
I'm glad we could do business today. Now, here's my card. Don't hesitate to call me if you have any questions or concerns. Have fun designing, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Thanks, Evan.